For batch creation, we'll use this example. I'll use this sample. So the first thing we'll do is use a polygon tool. Hold down your control while dragging. Remove your hand on the left click first before you move your hand on the control. The next thing we'll be doing is to increase the points to, let's say, 10, 20. So you press enter. You use the shape tool. So you can zoom down with the zoom tool, Z. Then you use the shape tool. Hover along it, or you highlight along through the path. Then you change on the properties bar, you click on convert to curve. So you click outside. The next thing we're doing is to zoom down so that you see very well. So you click, hold shift, down shift, then drag down. Drag down. Then you can press Ctrl Z if it's not okay for you. Hold shift down and drag down. So the next thing we're doing is to use the contour tool to make it 2. Drag it down. Use the contour tool. Drag it down. Then you can break it by right click, Ctrl K, or you press Ctrl K on the keyboard. Then you use F7, which is this ellipse tool. Hold down Ctrl while dragging down. Then you can centralize it, shift and click on this and press C and E on the keyboard to centralize. Then use the polygon tool again, hold Ctrl while dragging. This time around, we'll use the points will be 10. The first one was 20, this one will be 10. So you use the shape tool on F10, highlight, then you change this to 10. And the curve, convert the shape to curve. Then you drag it down while holding shift on your keyboard. Then you do the size. We're using it on the side of the logo. Then you move it to your left click. Then you drop it. You drop it to your right, or drag it to your left and drop it to your right. So you hold shift. Okay. Yes. So the next thing we're doing is to use the F7, F5, which is freehand tool 5. Then you hold shift while dragging. It's okay. You click and drag again. Hold shift. Then what we're doing next is hold shift and click on the line. Press C to centralize it horizontally. Hold shift and press this one to centralize it horizontally. So the next thing we're doing is to delete those lines you draw. Once we are finished using it, drag it outside. Press delete on your keyboard, or you right click and delete. The next thing we'll do is to type. Well, now this is Arabic typing. What we'll do is hold the Windows and Shift key on your keyboard, or you press Alt and Shift on your keyboard. So this will enable you to change between the language layout. So I've already added Arabic language. I'll be showing a video on the description on how to do it. Then you hold the Shift to the text tool, F8 on your keyboard. Then you type the name of the school in Arabic. So Darul Quran was Sunnah. Darul Quran was Sunnah. What is the name of the school? You Control Z if you make any mistake, because I double click on this. So what I'll be doing next is to type the name. Start typing the name. Darul Quran was Sunnah. Then you press the enter down. Then Niamey, Niger. That. So you press Ctrl and space to change to the pick to. Then you can hold shift and drag diagonally just to increase the size. What we're doing next is to break it apart, which is Ctrl key. You can go to properties menu and change it to Ctrl key, break apart. So Alt and left arrow to shift. So we'll be changing the fonts now. The first font will change. I think it's under ARA. One Arabic font. It's the first one. Ara Al Hadi. Syria. So that's the name of the font, the first one up there. So click on it once you have selected the font. If the font is okay, Alt left arrow, then you click on the font, Alt left right arrow. So you click on the font and the font list and change the font. This font name is Cairo, CAIRO, Cairo. I use the bold typeface in the font family. So bold. Ctrl Z. I haven't changed Alt Shift. So how to add this line is holding Shift and J. Give me those line into. So what we do now is to fit it to path. So what we'll do, we'll go to text menu on your menu bar. Then you click on fit to path. Then you point it. It will give you an arrow, a curve like this. You click on where you want it, the path you want it to follow, which is this, the slider cycle inside. So I will Ctrl plus to zoom down. I compress it from the top. I hold shift and drag diagonally to increase the size, just to fit it well. Hold shift. So hold shift. Drag. You have to zoom it down to see what you're doing very well. You hold shift. Then what we're doing next is to fit the other one path after doing this one. After this one is okay. While you're holding shift is to balance the two to make it uniform on both sides. Then Ctrl plus to zoom down, move it up a bit. Ctrl minus, zoom down. Let's Alt down arrow so that you can see what you're doing. So the next thing we're doing now is to hold shift, click on this and hold shift and click on the cycle. Hold shift and click on the cycle. The next thing we do, come to test and fit it to path. And you move it, you move only the text so you can zoom down so that you see what you're doing. Ctrl Z if you make an error, Ctrl plus. So you click on that alpha, the text, where I drag it down. Then on the properties bar, you turn it horizontally vertical. So that's how it's done. You mirror it vertically and horizontally. So Ctrl minus to minimize. And all we're doing next is to hold shift and press on shift J to just add those lines so that it will look shift J. So that it will look, it will align, it will justify. So this way it's done. So add space in between those minus here. Look outside. Next thing we do now is to break it apart from the cycle. Ctrl K. You go to your properties bar or properties menu. And you go to your test menu. Object menu. Then you Ctrl K. Break apart. So the next thing we're doing now is to add colors. Well, we'll start with the outline of this cycle. Increase the outline or press F12. Increase the outline. Let me set it. It should be in point. I said the width is 3. So behind fill and scale with object will be marked. So points. So you can check now, you can see it has changed. So what we're doing is to drag that icon of the logo, drop with your right, then shift, centralize T and E. For the heading, you hold shift, all the text you hold shift together and click them. Shift for well, let's start with this ones. Hold shift. I use grass green RGB color. The code is 00399933. So the outline is removed. Oh, I give the fill, so I remove the outline. Hold shift and join the two. I right click here to remove the outline. So hold shift and select all the tests. The next thing we do is to click on the color, grass green. That is the brand color. For the outline of the cycle, you right click on the green, you change it. So for this two, you remove the outline by right clicking on that white. So I think that's all. F4 to zoom down. This is how it's done. The next video will teach you how to create designs. So stay tuned. Group it onto G. So stay tuned for the next video.